Today you'll learn how to make a copy of a Google form and to use the Google form in order to make a copy for your own evaluation. So what you want to do is I will send you a link to a specific evaluation, and if you want to alter it in any way, you certainly can. So each question, you want to be in the editing mode, is here, and it's very simple. By clicking on the actual question, it opens it up to either deleting it. You can actually duplicate a question in itself, or you can pick it up and just move it to a different place, but you want to make sure that you renumber if you use the one that I've been giving you. You can also add to the questions by clicking on the plus sign right here. So I can add a question, create what I want. I can include a picture, video, whatever I so choose. This is also where I would change the type of answer that I have. But I don't want this one, so I'm going to click the little pail so I can dump it. You can also make them required questions by just flipping this button over this way. But we're not going to do that for this. This is just to shuffle your answers or go to a section based, but not something to worry about. So the first thing that you want to do when you're in this mode is you are going to click these three little buttons right over here by where your sign in is. And then you just choose make a copy. And it will give you an option to rename it, so you can name it whatever you want. And you probably do not want to click this, so you're not sharing it with anyone from my folder. And then OK. And then you'll see you have copy of, which is the same as this one, because I didn't change the name. But again, you can change it, and no longer do I have access to it. The next thing you want to do is, before you send it to your students, is you got to make sure that you have correct access for your students. So you may want to restrict it just to Mashpee Public Schools. You may only want to limit to one response so that they can't go back in and put other responses. But one of the things that I often do is edit after submit, because we all often make mistakes, so it's nice to have the option to go change it. And once you've done that, you can click Save. You've checked your permissions. Then you want to hit Send. Send is where you're going to add collaborators. This is where other people could work on the same form, but it's also important to change it so that students can have access. So right now it says private, only you can access. You click blue change. Best one is here, anyone with the link. That way it's not public where it can't be searched on the web. And you can just leave it, it's easiest to access. So I always recommend the second one. And you want to click Save. And then Done. And then when you're ready to give the link, you can just copy this link and paste it into your mail or to Google Classroom for your students to be able to take it. Now, if you leave it in this mode, they're going to mess with your document. So before you send that link, you actually want to click your eyeball. That is in viewing mode, and again, that was right here. So you get that preview mode, and this is the actual link, because this is the one that you want them to fill out. So everyone has an opportunity. If you use the editing mode of the form, then only one person will put it in and it will alter your form. So make sure that you switch to the eye. The other things that are here are your color palette. So you could change the color of your form just by a simple click, or you could even add a picture on your own, depending on what you wanted. So you can make it a little more personalized for you. This is add-ons, and it's just something that you don't really need yet for this. You could eliminate choices, or you could only let so many people fill out the form, but you don't need that, just so you're aware of what it is. And that's how you can work through a Google form. Now that you know how to do the form, you want to figure out how to get your responses, which is the feedback that your students are going to provide. So in order to do that, you're going to click Responses. There we go. And you get this screen. This little green button right here is your way to get to a spreadsheet. So you just click that, you want to click Create, and it makes an automatic spreadsheet. So this is where all those questions are going to come together for you. Now the best thing to do is what you're going to find is that all of the answers get tucked under each column and it becomes difficult to read. So when you get all of your information back from your students, this is how you can change the look of the spreadsheet in order to read it a little bit better. So click the column of the first question, hold your Shift button, and then click every column that you want to, let me do that again, didn't grab it, that you want to change. And you can actually go right to the end and you'll see the difference. So once I do that, if I come up in here, I want to wrap my text. So I click here, I choose my middle option, and you'll notice the difference of the spreadsheet. Let me bring you over so you can see. So instead of having that long line of information, it will box it for you and wrap that text. So again, you're going to grab the one you want to change, hold your Shift, come to the end, you may even be able to grab this one, and then I'm going to click Wrap Text, choose the middle option, and that's it. So you'll be able to automatically gather the data that you're looking for and be able to look at it so that you can see how your students are rating you and evaluating you. Thanks.